and welcome back to another exciting episode of Nessa Tries BOXYCHARM for the month of February. This month's box I am pretty excited about. There's one item in here that I was like, yes! Thank you for putting this inside of this box. So, of course, I did take a little sneak peek, as you guys can tell. I do like to do that just so I know what I'm getting and how I want to structure this video. I also wanted to make sure I used one of the products first thing in the morning, which I will get to in just 1 second once I start unboxing. But we're gonna go through and do a try on, complete a full face, well, aside from the eyes, because this month's box, spoiler alert, doesn't have an eyeshadow palette, but I think we all kind of knew that already. Not much of a spoiler. So I did go ahead and just do a very simple eyeshadow look with some eyebrows on, but that's it. We'll do the rest together while unboxing these products. Oh, and also I do want to address the fingers in this video. I did have those really long acrylic nails on, and what happened is I was play fighting with my husband like a 2-year-old, and accidentally one of my nails snapped off, taking a lot of my skin and natural nail with it. It started bleeding really bad. It was a whole situation, and then a couple of their nails did pop off and rip off in certain areas, and I was like, you know what, I'm taking them all off. No more acrylics for me. So I did put them in band-aids. It's not the most attractive thing to look at, so in case you happen to catch a glimpse of them, I do apologize, but that's why I've wrapped them so you don't stare at them and get disgusted or anything like that. I promise I'll fix them as soon as they have healed. I'll also try to keep them out of frame if at all possible while I'm doing close-ups. So yeah, just want to mention that. Let's get back into the unboxing video. So this month's box, the theme is Afterglow, which we're back to the regular kind of pamphlet, no pictures on it. I don't think they did a photo shoot for it. Listed here on the backside with the product description, I do see that I have variation number 3. There was a few this time around, a lot of different things you could receive. Some items everybody's getting, but there was a few items that was switched up. Inside of my box, I do have 5 items to test out and play with today. So let's just go ahead and jump into item number 1. Which is by Farmacy, the Clean Bee Ultra Gentle Facial Cleanser. This one has a retail value of $22, and it has 3.4 fluid ounces. This is the product that I mentioned I used in the morning. I wanted to test this one out, so I used it right away. With facial cleansers though, you do have to continuously use them in order to see any kind of long-term benefits. But I wanted to still give it a little bit of a test drive, get your first impressions on it. I was actually running out of the cleanser that I have right now, and I didn't have a backup, so this ended up being a perfect item to get in this box. I'm gonna insert a clip right now of me first using this product in the morning. I just used my hands to apply this. My skin was wet. I pre-wet it before stepping onto the camera. And this cleanser says it's supposed to wash away all the surface oils, the impurities, pollution residue, and makeup while nourishing the skin with honey and hyaluronic acid. What was actually really nice when I was using this cleanser was you could really smell the honey. It was a subtle smell. It wasn't too dominant where you're just like, you can't breathe because it's so heavy in the fragrance, but it was a very soft scent, and you were just kind of working it into your skin, and you're like, what's that nice fragrance it has to it? And then I was like, oh yeah, it's honey. It smells nice. Of course, I'll have to keep using it, and I'll update you guys later, but nice little product to get in there. But now we can move on to the makeup items inside this box. So the first one is by Touch in Sol. It is their No Poreblem Primer. This one has a retail value of $18. Whoops, you guys can see my band-aid. I'm so sorry. This is actually one of those products that was raved about by almost everyone. I don't know why, I just never picked it up for myself. I did hear really great things about it though. So this is supposed to blur wrinkles, pores, give a soft velvety feel to the skin, and it also says that it has green tea and collagen. And what's surprising is how liquidy this is. It just squirts out, and it's very liquidy in texture. Usually most pore filling primers are of a much thicker consistency. They almost feel like more of a cream. They usually pop out in what looks like a little shoestring, and then you smooth it out and it has a very thick texture. This is very thin which is surprising. I'm definitely excited to use this. Let's go ahead and start the application. I'm gonna put a little bit, wow, that might have been too much. Whoopsie. Gonna go ahead and blend this onto the skin. And I'm using some pressing motions since it is blurring. It does have a very nice floral scent to it too. It's not too overpowering, but it's a little hint of a fragrance in there. Looking a little bit closer at the pores afterwards, I don't know if I see that much blurring. I think it's dimethicone. That's the main ingredient that makes the other ones a little bit thicker. So it gives you a very smooth layer, which is the primers that I tend to gravitate the most. I feel like those give you a little bit better action, but I'm gonna go in with my foundation and see how the pores and everything like that looks like with that on, since that is really the true test. It does feel very soft on my skin though. I'm just very curious as to how the primer is gonna help with that with the foundation on top. And I'm just taking a little bit of the Healthy Foundation by Physicians Formula. This one is in LC1. I'm definitely feeling the natural makeup day, so this is my perfect foundation for that. I realize now that when I first applied the primer, I should have probably zoomed you guys in this close so that way you could see everything along with me. But now that I do have the foundation on top of the primer, I do see that it does have some subtle blurring actions. There are still some larger pores that are a little bit more standout-ish, that I do feel like the primers that do have that key ingredient inside of it helps to really smooth out. So this is a little bit more of a subtle primer. If you don't have a lot of those issues with really large pores, this could be really nice for you guys, just to help smooth out the skin. Maybe not have a primer that feels as thick as the blurring primers, like the Cover FX, like the Porefessional by Benefit. Just to name a few, this one's a little bit more of a softer primer. But with that being said, it was still a nice primer to use. It did make my skin feel really nice and soft. I would definitely keep using it. I might just use it in combination with a little bit of Porefessional in those areas where I do have really enlarged pores, just because I really like to blur those out. So now I'm just putting on a little bit of concealer by Wet n Wild. I have the shade, what are you? Light Ivory. Like I said, it's a minimal makeup day today, so keeping it subtle. I didn't receive any kind of bronzer, so I'm just going in with the new one that I have by Wet n Wild. This is the Wet Shady Beaches. So I'm just using this to warm up the skin, put it a little bit all over. I've been getting into bronzing, like I mentioned. I don't really do both contour and bronzer at the same time. I just go a little bit heavier, I guess you could say, with the bronzer. I find that it looks a little bit more subtle just using one product, one color for both steps. And what better time than a BOXYCHARM try-on to use a previous BOXYCHARM item. This is the Wander Beauty Wanderous Dusk to Dawn palette. I'm gonna use this blush right here called Tuscan Sunrise. I thought that was a really nice little palette. I believe it was in last month's box that we got this one. And I have been really enjoying these blushes and the highlighter that came in here. Especially the one I'm using right now. I think that's such a pretty soft blush color. But now we're all caught up to use a new item. This one is by Pretty Vulgar. It is their Shimmering Swan highlighter. I have the shade 126 Glow Up, and this one retails for $32. Oh wow. That price kind of caught me off guard there. I wasn't expecting it to be that much. But here's what a swatch of that shade looks like. Has a very golden tone to it. Looks very pretty. I'm gonna apply it. Gonna use my Morphe Y14 brush. Ooh, that is pretty. We've gotten a few pretty Vulgar items by now. I'm pretty sure we got a blush, a palette, a liner pot. So it's fun that we now have one of the highlighters. We're completing a full little Pretty Vulgar set here. Man, my skin is positively beaming right now. We finally have arrived at the item I was the most excited about. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. I actually love this product. I ended up getting one of the sample sizes, travel sizes, whatever you want to call it, in the Superstars kit from Sephora. Ooh, I fell in love with this mascara. I am just about done with it. I have maybe a couple more uses to go through, and I was actually gonna go and buy the full size of it soon as I ran out, but now I don't have to. I can keep this one and save it, which makes me really happy because these things are, let me check the price here, $24. It's a little bit of a pricey mascara, but I do think it's worth it. I really enjoy the way it makes my lashes look. They look really full, have a lot of volume to them. They don't crumble during the day, they just stay put on me. So I absolutely love that mascara, and that right there pays for the box itself. It's like I bought the mascara for $21 instead of $24, and all of the rest of the items are just a bonus. They're free items. So that's why I was so excited about this month's box, because I was just like, yes, that mascara is in there! Which I'm gonna go in with the small size since I just have a few more uses left of it. It's the same formula. I'm gonna keep this one closed because I do have a few mascaras open right now and I don't want to add another one to the collection. I do want to attempt to use up my products before I continue opening up new ones. So that's my new thing. I'm trying to get better at not opening up so many new products. But for me, at least, it's a little bit more difficult because I'm constantly testing out new products for you guys. So I feel like I always have to open up new products, keep testing things out. But on my no recording days, I am trying to stick to my project pan. I did that video like a year ago. I did use up some items, which I'm really proud of. Some items it is a little bit more difficult, but trying to be a little bit more cautious as to what I open and what I don't now. Especially if I don't need to. Like this one, since it's about to be out, gonna keep using it, gonna use it up. Wanna be a smart consumer. But even though I'm wearing my favorite mascara, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna put on falsies. That's an everyday routine. I can't get out of it now and won't stop. So I'm gonna use the Kiss Blowout Lashes and say it with me now, Pixie 02. If you guys saw my favorites video, you guys know that this style was in there. They are just so pretty. I love the way they make my lashes look. Then for the last item that I have inside of my box is by Trestique. It is their Prime and Glaze Lip Crayon. This one has a retail value of $25. So if you remove this cap, you get the lip color. And if you remove the bottom portion right here where the color is, you get the little primer. The lip primer has no color. It says it's just supposed to be like a lip balm in a way. It's supposed to help smooth out the lips before you apply your lip color to give it a smoother canvas. But the top part, of course, has the color in it. Here's what a swatch of it looks like. This shade is called English Rose. So I'm gonna go in with the lip primer side first. And it does feel just like a lip balm. It just feels like it smoothed out the lips a little bit. So now let's go in with the lip color on top. Initially, going on with the color, it's a little bit more of a, I guess you could say, a wash of color. It's not very opaque in pigment. It looks a little bit more natural, but you can build up the intensity. If you just keep going over the area, you can make the color a little bit more vibrant if that's what you want. Like you can see the center of the lip right here where I kept going over it compared to the edges here. Hold on, let me zoom in closer. I think there you can see a little bit better that the color is more intense here where I kept going back and forth over it compared to the other sides here. So I think it's just a little bit more how you want to have your lip color look. I kind of like it a little bit more subtle where it's not as intense in color. It's just a very soft look to it since this color is very bright. I think it helps to soften the look a little bit. That was actually the last product from this month's box and the last step to complete this more natural makeup look for today. So let's talk about the box overall. We received 5 different products this month, these items right here, and the total value of all of these products was $121. That to me always blows my mind because we only pay the $21 and we get $100 worth in savings. Especially for this month's box, for me personally, it was a very good one to get. Since I was gonna purchase the mascara anyway for the full price of $24, I got to save $3 and get a bunch of extra products for free. They're just like, you know what, take this with you, get the mascara, save a little cash, and take all this. That's how I see it. And this is completely my own opinion, but I have to say it was a little bit nice not getting an eyeshadow palette this month. I felt like we've been getting a lot of them in every box, and if you get a palette every single month, by the end of the year you're gonna have 12 eyeshadow palettes. Maybe you've been buying other palettes as well. I mean, your collection will stack up, so it was nice getting something different for a change. I know not everybody's gonna agree with that. I did see a few comments online that was like, where's my eyeshadow palette? I look forward to that every month. But that's my own opinion. I was happy that it was a little bit of a switch up. It keeps things fun too. You get something different. But you guys let me know in the comment section down below. Were you happy with this month's selection, or did you feel like it was a little lackluster? Let me know. I love to hear your guys' opinion on your guys' boxes. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that little bell button. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!